Hey Dallas, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for having me. I'm Kisa, your favorite tarot reader, and today we're going to go over what you need to know for Cancer, Leo, Virgo, and Capricorn. Again, I want to thank you guys so much for being here, and let's just dive in. Before we get there, though, I'm shuffling my cards. Make sure that you're following me on all the socials. I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Facebook, Threads too. That's fortunexflow.com. And if you need a private reading, they're available 7 days a week at fortunexflow.com. Be sure to follow my community of cuties for astro insight and tarot scopes. A little bit of astro, but a lot of tarot, okay? I give daily reads over there, all right? So we're going to go over just the general energy to see where you're at with things. This is a timeless reading. Whenever you see it, it was meant for you to see it. Hope the message resonates. And let me know what your sign is, what you're dealing with, how you felt about what I said in the comments below. I love that. I talk back. Let's get to it. All right, so before we get started, let's do a little bit of grounding. Deep inhale in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Beautiful. Want to ground to make sure that we can receive the messages today, okay? All right, we're going to go over all the signs individually and then just some general messages as well. All of this stuff is general, okay? All of this stuff is general. All right, so let's get started. I need some lotion, but I ain't about to get none. All right, so you are on a self-improvement spree. I see you may be updating your wardrobe. You could be you're updating your wardrobe, you're feeling more confident. You might be getting some work done to your body, or you could be even working on your mind by doing a little bit of more self-help mantras or invested in mindfulness, things of that nature. And I see that, I see two stories. Some of you guys are trying to avoid burnout or recovering from burnout. So this is why you're rebranding yourself. Some of you are appearing to be doing better than you are, but afraid to tell folks that you need help. Either way it goes, make sure that you are doing what you need because it aligns with you. I'm picking up on the energy like you might be working on yourself because you're trying to get somebody back it's like you're working on yourself, but some of you could be doing it to get a lick back. Work on you for you, right? Work on you for you. Because spiritually, this is so interesting. Spiritually, some of you want the results and you're trying to take a shortcut. And your guys is like, no, honey. Get a number, get in line, do the shadow work. Okay, that's what it's given. And I feel like you're ignoring something it's like blaring in your face. You're trying to ignore something and cover it up. Like you might need to go to the doctor, and instead of going to the doctor, you like buying new clothes or you blah, 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 blah. Like take care of yourself, take care of your health, take care of your wealth. And that means your finances, right? Make sure that you are not overspending, things of that nature. I said it because we have the 7 of coins here. This is speaking to taking your time to allow things to manifest for you, but also after doing the actions that align with that. A lot of times we talk about manifestation, and I think people kind of misconstrue it. I have so many manifestation stories, but one thing is I lived in a place I hated, and I would be like, okay, well, when I get to my new house, I will buy little stuff for the house. So when I get to my new house, I'll hang this up. I'm going to do this. My new house is going to have this. My new house is going to have that. Da, 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 da. And then that came to be. That came to pass. But manifestation is not just about physical things, right? There's mindsets. There's so many different things that you can manifest. And it feels like you're trying to shortcut that by looking like you've done the work and you haven't, which also makes sense to me why like you could be involved in a mindfulness practice. Just take care of yourself. Also, because I'm picking up on the energy that you're very stressed right now about something. And because of that, it's like every little thing bothers you. And it's making it to the point where it's like you can't even focus on your goals. You can't even do nothing because you so reactionary. You pop, 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 pop. And you got to chill, right? You really have to heal from what has hurt you, from what's going on with you. You also have to figure out what deserves your energy and attention. And I'm saying this also because we have the Five of Wands. This is literally like not agreeing with other people, clashing, just rivalry. And it's also like, why are you there? Right? Like if ain't nobody getting along, if ain't nothing sticking, why are you there? Why are you reacting? Why are you defending? Why are you responding when you can remove yourself from the situation? And a lot of times our perspective removes us. A lot of times, putting things in frame removes us. And that's what I feel like you need to do. You look like you're doing that, but you're not really in that energy right now because you're hiding your emotions. See, the way you feel is not the way you're expressing. You're getting all this work done. You look good out here, but you're not feeling good in here. And you're afraid, some of you are afraid to express what's going on with you because you don't want to be judged. Get that. Some of you are having a difficult time because it's kind of like you're gaslighting yourself. Like, is it this bad? Do I really feel this way? X, Y, Z. So it's kind of hard for you to accept what you're going through. Also, you're doing your best to not be emotional about your decisions. Like, you've gotten past the emotional part of it, but now logically it's still not making sense for you because you're still unhappy. That's how it is sometimes. You're definitely going to get through it, but you do have to tell yourself the truth. And for you, it looks like you've never told yourself the truth. Like, you've listened to what other people have to say, or you just kind of like swallowed your anger, swallowed your frustration. And I think you need to make space to express yourself. You need to make space to feel your real feelings. You need to make space to be honest. There has been a lot of you have so many like fake cards, and it's kind of like, if you running your own life, why are you pretending? If you calling the shots, if you calling the show, why are you pretending things are different than they are? You got to figure that out for you. Some of you, what I'm speaking of, has to do with a relationship. There's, you want more out of a person, but they don't want to give you more, and you're having a difficult time accepting that. You could also have a fear of being intimate with someone, or you're the one that doesn't want to commit because you don't want to be tied down or bogged down by this person. It's like you love them, but you don't want them to take away your freedom. So, you know what I'm saying? You get very independent, but some of you, this is a front. Like, you pretend to be more independent than you are. I see something is going to happen that's going to change the way that you do things. Something is going to shake this up. I feel like you're going to be exposed. I feel like you're going to be confronted, so to speak. I think this is going to be good for you because it's like you've been holding on to so much stress and being overly responsible for things that aren't like fully for you to be managing. And I feel like you're about to be exposed, and this is going to allow you to let it all go, let it all out. That's what I'm seeing here. What y'all got going on? Tell me in the comments, honey. This is wild. This is wild. Okay, let me know what y'all got going on in the comments. All right, let's get to your money story. You do need to be planning for the future. The money that you're making now, you need to be investing. You need to be saving. You need to be figuring out how tomorrow is going to look for you. About 5 years from now, you have to make sure that you're like repositioning yourself. You could be barely making ends meet, or you could be, you might not even have a plan for that. You know what I'm saying? But this is saying that you need to grab one. And your spirit guides are going to help you. You already are pretty discerning and spiritually aligned. So whatever the system is that you believe in, that's how you're going to get your support. But they're saying that focus on making tomorrow better for yourself, because the actions that you're taking now really don't align with who you're going to be and what you're going to need. So start building that discipline. Okay. You got to do it now. You also might need to plan for a trip or some trips that you are going to need to take in the future. You can have aging parents. You can have children that need you to see them for certain things. I'm picking up on something like that. Or something that somebody might be getting married. There's something that you need to go see somebody to do. Start planning, at least if you don't do nothing else, plan for that trip. But things are moving faster than you want to accept. The work that you're doing right now is short term. You might have even just got this job, but it's short term. You also could have picked up a contract. Don't get too attached to it. I do see some long withstanding relationships coming out of this thing that you work. But something more better, like my kids say, something better is coming. So don't get too frustrated if things end, or if, this is not for your forever home where you're working at what you're doing right now. Because what's going on right now with your work and your money story is there's a lot of ups and downs. And it's like you're doing good over here, you're doing bad, you're doing good, you're doing okay, such and such. You could be a small business owner. You could work contract or seasonal work, things of that nature. You could go really far, but that's also see a lot of stagnation. What you need to do is commit right now, make a conscious decision. And that's what makes sense why we're talking about the future to begin with, right? You need to pay attention to the signs. Once stuff starts getting iffy or unsure, you need to immediately be planning your next thing. Say, for instance, today you sign a contract, right? It's a year contract. Okay, while you're in this year contract, at month 3, you need to be figuring out, okay, what do I want to do next? If they extend it, cool. But where would I be better aligned, right? Month 6, but at month 3, you doing your resume, you networking, you talking to people, you figuring out what's going to be what, right? So you can line something up when that ends. What you keep doing is like, you hustling backwards. You're waiting to the very end, or you're not thinking about. It's like you just going, and that is stressing you out. You need to, this also speaks to relationships are going to be vital. So I feel like you have a very healthy network that can support you with figuring out something for the long run, for the long term, but you have to reach out to them. And that's something that you might be having a hard time with doing too. Like you don't want to ask for help. I'm picking up on, which is weird, but baby, closed mouths don't get fed. Now, you have everything you need to do what you got to do, but you have to let go of your petty emotions. I see attitude is holding you back. I also see that you are going to be transitioning from what you're doing right now, and you might be having a hard time letting go of something because that's all you've known for so long. Look at whether or not you've grown. See, you could be comfortable with something, but are you growing because you're comfortable, right? Because I can lay up in my pajamas all day and it feel good, and I watch Love After Lockup all day, which is what I'm about to do after I get off of here. But am I getting any money? No. I still got to eat, got to pay the bills. I got all these kids. I can't be in my pajamas all day. And that's what it's giving. It's like, no, you're not in your pajamas, but basically the way you've been living your life, you might as well be. Figure it out. What you need to do to figure it out, because I know you're like, well, what you mean figure it out? You need a plan. You need a strategy. I already kind of gave you the key. If you do contract work, figure out, break up your quarters, 1 through 4, the quarters 1 through 4. Also, you need a mentor. I feel like you have a mentor, but you're just afraid to ask them for anything. Yeah, so okay. This is what I'm picking up on. With 3 of Swords and the 6 of Cups. Don't be afraid to ask for help, but apply the discernment. Whoever did something wrong to you in the past to make you feel the way you do, or like makes you afraid to kind of ask for help or get support, that person is not going to be an issue anymore. And also that energy that that person brought to you is not going to be an issue. I feel like that's probably why you're stuck. Looking at this, I feel like that's why you're stuck, because you're afraid to leap out, because last time you leapt out, X, Y, and Z happened. You're going to be okay. Somebody from your past, I feel like this is an old co-worker, or again, somebody in your network is going to reach out to you with the opportunity to increase your finances and your net worth, and it's going to be worth it. The limitation card here is saying that the obstacles that were in your way before are gone. So it's not going to be so much a matter of is the road open? It's if you want to. Also, choose what best aligns with you. Like, I feel like there's something that you might want to do right now, but you kind of got to like, well, I got to talk to this person, or I got to do this, or I got to go back to school. I mean, if you really want it, again, because we planning for the future. We're not planning for 2 weeks bi-weekly checks. We planning for the future. If it really makes sense for you and that's something that you want to do it. But if it's not worth the hassle, don't. But be mindful. You need to ground yourself to really figure out, is it me saying I don't want to do this? Or is it my fear saying I can't do it, right? So you got to get the clarity first. But definitely, if you want to do it, if that's what you want, listen, they got you. They gonna support you. The roads will be clear for you, but you got to decide if that's what you want to do. But whatever it is, you need a break. We got the four of swords here. I really think before you figure out how you're going to pivot or move on to your next thing, it'd be good for you to just take some time to clear your head and figure out what that looks like. But I definitely see this is a good time to start a new job or even a whole new career, honey. You can level up. This is going to be something that helps you build abundance in the future, as well as allows you to express yourself, be creative, and supported in that, right? And then the Wheel of Fortune speaks to whatever you're going through right now. This is just a season. It's not forever, and you about to be up pretty soon. Also, if you are already up, you could go through a little bit of turmoil to get to your desired ending, but it's going to be worth it. Don't give up. Just stay the course, okay? All right, so let's go ahead. I'm just do a quick little 1-2 for my signs. So Cancer. All right, stop hiding. You don't have to be perfect. You don't always have to be happy. It's not about avoiding negativity. We have a dark and a light self, and you need to embrace both of them. You've been holding on and repressing a lot of emotions and energy, and you need to express yourself, because you're going to be more supported than you realize. Don't be like you are resentful, and I don't want to say don't be resentful, but find a space to put that. You got to find a space to put all these emotions, because what's happening is they just hold up they're like in your body. And then everything is like, you might notice you're having back pain. You might be having lower back pain. You might have stress. You might have tension here, because you're holding on into that anger and stress in your body, and it's manifesting ways. People get diseases that way. Let it go. Figure out more ways to move your body. You need to be doing shadow work. Get you a journal, okay? Leo. So you're trying to figure out how you want to navigate a situation with someone. It's like they could be hot and cold. Make sure that you do what aligns for you. Because the thing about this is, you don't need no yellow lights. It's either green or it's red. So remove yourself out of the situation if it has you feeling unsure, because I see that could impact your self-esteem. But I also see if this has to do with a person, a new relationship is coming. If it has to do with a job, more money, better opportunity is coming. I see more happening. And I also see that you're going to get a message about it. Like somebody's going to reach out to you, get a text, you get an email. Somebody can slide in your DM with an offer. Or, an offer could be a date. It could be some cash. Either way, I see things are working themselves out. Don't spend too much time unsure with somebody. Don't spend so much time worried about somebody that's unsure about you. I was about to yell, but my kids would be like, stop yelling. All right, Virgo. You are beautiful exactly the way you are. full, whole, and wonderfully made. You might be in a space where you're doing a lot of critique. I took a deep breath because I'm talking to a Virgo. You're doing, like, this is what y'all do. You're doing a lot of critique of how you're showing up in the world, how you're showing up in spaces, how you're showing up in relationships. But a lot of that is overthinking. I also see that there are so many people that love you as you are, as you're showing up. Don't feel like you have to filter yourself so much. Show up more authentically so that you have to show up more authentically so that can be recognized. Like, you want some, I feel like some of you want something out of a partner, but you're not showing up or asking for what you want. So that's why you're not getting it. And you think it might have to do with something like how you're behaving and you're like fixing all these other things when we really all you got to do is fix your mouth. Open it. Anyway, Capricorn. Trust the signs and move the fuck on, okay? Listen, whoever this is that you're dealing with or whatever this is that you got going on, it ain't for you. It is chaotic. It is stressful. It is toxic. But you too afraid to step into the emotions of what this is talking about, and you holding yourself back from a lot better. Let this go. I see you guys transitioning. Some of you might be moving. Some of you might be separating. Some of you might be recovering from a breakup, and now you're kind of more so in the mental fog of it, like trying to settle how you feel about it, or if y'all should talk this and that. Please walk away from this. Please let this go. You also could be leaving a toxic environment and going into something more sweet and settled. Especially if that's the case, give yourself space and time to grieve and heal and let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. All right. Guys, thank you so much for popping in for this video. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.